Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's up, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite guns, some of my favorite equipment, and all that other good stuff that I like to use in Call of Duty. A lot of people have been asking for it, so I said I would throw my 2 cents together here and make a quick video on it, on what I run, why I run it, how I have been leveling stuff, and what my plan is for unlocking all of the camos. So what I'm going to do here, just going to open up COD, and I'm actually just going to move my webcam a little bit just so that you guys can see everything that I am showing here. So this first class, don't worry about this. It's a riot shield with an X12. I'm almost finished leveling all my LMGs, so I am going to be doing riot shield pistol leveling. But I guess the first thing we should be talking about is what perks I use. So I'm going to click into this loadout and go here. So I am using Battle Hardened because it reduces the effect of enemy flashes, stuns, EMPs, gas grenades, and shock sticks. And it makes you immune to snapshot grenades. Not that anybody really uses them. The reason why I use this is because this game is absolute nade spam central on top of bomb squad. So take reduced damage from non-kill streak explosives, reset fuse timers when picking up live grenades. So when somebody throws a grenade at you, you can pick it up and throw it away. It refreshes the fuse timer on it so it doesn't blow up immediately in your hand. I also use this because everybody uses those drill charges, everybody uses Semtex and other grenades. This has saved my life countless times. The next perk that I run is Cold-Blooded. This makes you undetectable by AI targeting systems and thermals. So it doesn't trigger the high alert warning, does not highlight in enemy tactical cameras, recon drones, and spotter scopes. So this pretty much makes you immune to all kill streaks and thermals, which is really, really nice. And then my ultimate perk is Ghost. Undetectable by UAVs, portable radars, and heartbeat sensors. So pretty self-explanatory. UAVs are up all the time, and this is why I use these perks in particular. Now, some other perks that are really good. Obviously, Overkill is really good. This lets you carry 2 primary weapons. Scavenger is really good too, where you can pick up ammo and throwing knives from dead players. Double Time lets you sprint and increases your crouch movement by 30%. This is a good perk, but I just stick with Battle Hardened. Tracker is pretty cool, where you can see almost like these UV footprints on the floor, so you can track your enemies with them. Strong Arm, throw equipment further, meh. And then an extra tactical means you can throw an extra tactical device. Now, you can use this with decoy grenades, so you can throw 2 decoy grenades so that you can level your guns faster, because every time an enemy hears a ping off your decoy grenade, it actually levels up your gun a little bit. As far as these perks are concerned, the only one here that I think is really worth using is Cold-Blooded. Hardline is okay. I mean, if you're really good, you can run Hardline and you can reduce your kill streak cost by 1. That's up to you. Spotter, meh. Resupply, meh. Fast Hands lets you swap weapons faster, reload, use equipment faster, meh. Focus reduces flint while aiming down sight and extends the whole breath duration. This could be good for sniping, but I like to stick with Cold-Blooded. Some of these here, so High Alert, your vision pulses when you're spotted by an enemy player outside of you, so that can be nice to know that somebody has spotted you, but I run Ghost. Quick Fix, I've seen a lot of people using these. Killing players immediately triggers health regeneration. Capturing and holding objectives increase the health regeneration rate, so I see a lot of people using this. Overclock, store an additional field charge upgrade, so increase the field charge upgrade rate by 40%. This lets you get your field equipment back an awful lot, so if you're playing a lot of, say, Hardpoint or Headquarters like I do, this could be good to get your trophy systems down faster. Survivor, on death, enter last stand with the ability to self-revive once per life. Teammates can revive down players faster. Pointless. Why would you ever use this? And then Birdseye. The minimap is zoomed out. UAV and radar pings reveal enemy's direction. So this is kind of like having an advanced UAV if you have a regular UAV, but honestly, I just stick with Ghost. Then as far as tactical devices are concerned, I always run stuns. However, I am thinking about switching to maybe a stim or a shock stick to deal with riot shield players, because riot shield players are a pain in the ass, and the shock sticks are really good for killing them. Also, thermites are really good for killing them too. You can stick them to their shields. So the reason why I run Semtex is so I can throw a Semtex at a riot shield and instantly kill them no matter what. But Molotovs are really good for zone denial. C4, meh. Claymores are good too, but God, if you use a Claymore, you're an asshole. Same with these proximity mines. These are basically bouncing betties from World at War. So I just like to keep it simple, stick with Semtex and the stun grenade. Now, as far as my sidearm is concerned, I don't really ever end up using these. However, I've recently been using this pre-build blueprint that I got, I think, from the Battle Pass for the X13 Auto. It's not bad to switch to if somebody's pushing you close range and you don't really have a great close range gun. It's like having a mini SMG in your back pocket. Basilisk is really strong. The Deagle is pretty good. The P890, I haven't used it. And the X12, I have not used either. So I don't really have any experience with pistols. Now, moving on to my favorite guns that I have used so far, I'm going to start with the LMGs. The Icarus, dope. The HCR56, super dope. The Seiken MG38, really good. And the RAL MG, really good too. The RAP is also very good, but not quite as hard hitting as the others. If I had to absolutely pick one of my favorites, it would either be the Seiken or it would be the 5.56 Icarus. Shotguns were the first guns that I fully leveled. My favorite shotgun right now is either the Expedite 12 or the Bryson 890. I'm going to call it the Bryson 890 Tactical because it has like the tactical mag. It's got the tactical stock and stuff on it. And pro tip, if you guys have to get your long shot kills with shotguns, you can build these out completely for range. So if you go into the gunsmith and you do like, what you want to do is look for things that have like tighter pellet spread and bullet velocity. So let's just put that on there. And then you want to put 12 gauge slugs in there. And then basically put on anything that gives you damage range or bullet spread reduction. So anything with damage range on it, and then all you want to do is go into tune and completely tune it for bullet velocity and damage range. So when you do this and put slugs in it, you can basically turn every shotgun into this game into a sniper rifle. It is absolutely absurd, but it is also a shitload of fun. As far as the SMGs are concerned, I haven't really used any of these yet because I'm trying to level other guns first, but from what I used of the Lockman sub, seems really good. A lot of people seem to use it a lot. However, the Fennec 45 is absolutely broken. It is probably the most broken SMG in the game. I get killed by this thing almost instantly every time I run into somebody using it. So my recommendations for SMGs are the Lockman and the Fennec because that's all I really have experience with. As far as my favorite ARs are concerned, the Kastov 74U, busted. One of the strongest guns in the game by a mile. There is some talk about whether the Kastov 762 AK is actually better than it. Both are really, really super good. Also, the Lockman 5.56. The Lockman 5.56, in my opinion, well, it's one of my favorite ARs to use. I didn't really like using the AUG. I kind of like the M16, but anything that's burst is just going to get outgunned by everybody using SMGs because there's a pretty heavy SMG meta right now. The M13B is also pretty fun. However, stay away from the Kastov 545. The only reason this gun is level 19 is because I was maxing out all my assault rifles. This gun absolutely sucks. And then the M4, of course. The M4 is still really good. A lot of people still run it. Then as far as the battle rifles are concerned, I've only used the 7.62 Lockman and I absolutely hated it because I had to use it to unlock the 74U. The SO14, otherwise known as the M1A in other video games, super strong. Apparently the TAC V as well is very strong too. I have not used the FTAC Recon. I haven't really seen anybody else using it, but I would also assume that it's pretty strong. So honestly, other than the Lockman 7.62, this gun seems really strong. The TAC V and the FTAC Recon are probably really good too. And that is, I believe, pretty much everything talked about. So I haven't really touched the marksman rifles. I haven't really touched the SMGs or the battle rifles. However, I do know that this stupid gun here, the SPR 208, needs to be deleted from the game. So does the Lockwood. Basically, any of these bolt action rifles that you can just use irons on all need to get out of the game because they absolutely suck and I hate them. And dying to these is ridiculous because people run around and they use them like shotguns, except with this gun, if you get hit, you are dead. So there is basically no point to running shotguns when you could just run around with an iron sight marksman rifle. I don't know how the hell you'd fix this issue that this game has, but that's just the way it do be at the moment. Take it as it is. If you die to one of these SPRs, listen, don't feel bad. Everybody else does too. And then all of these snipers, I've tried some of them a very little bit. Don't really like them all that much because of the scope magnification. I need to unlock these smaller scopes before I guess I can use them correctly because a lot of the maps are CQB and a lot of the maps are very small. And guess what that means? It's very hard to use some of these snipers unless you camp a lot. And I don't like doing that because camping is cringe. Also, before I forget, my field upgrades. So with my field upgrades, I always use a trophy system and I always use a munitions box. However, some other really good ones that you can use are like the DDoS. So it deactivates electronics and disrupts enemy sensors in the immediate area for a short time. This can be useful. I don't ever really use it. If you're running around with shotguns and you're trying to get your point blank kills, you're definitely going to want to run dead silence because dead silence makes you basically completely silent. It is very strong. And gun, melee, and throwing knife kills actually refresh the duration of dead silence too. So super strong. I'm probably going to use this dead silence when I have to do my knife kills and stuff. The portable radar is kind of nice. It's like a UAV that you always have in your back pocket, but it has much less range. Tactical insertions are great. If you are defending a hard point or something like that, you can drop a tactical insertion outside it, run in, kill people, and then spawn immediately back outside it again. Battle Rage, I've never really used this, and honestly, I've killed so many people using it that I don't ever really see what the point of this is, but your health regenerates more quickly, tactical equipment is resisted, and tactical sprint is constantly refreshed, so it lets you run around a little bit faster. But as far as your ability to stay alive and stuff like that, I don't really see the point in Battle Rage. Recon drone, Nobody's using this to go in and mark objectives before people push in. It's Call of Duty. Smoke airdrops. A lot of people use these. Smokes are good, but they can also fuck your team over. So I never really end up using these. Suppression mines also emit a sound wave that disrupts enemy vision and slows their movement. These can be nice when you're trying to stop people from pushing through chokes and stuff, but I've never really used it, and I don't think I've ever really run into anybody actually using them. I think I maybe ran into one once, but it's like a minor annoyance. Unless they're sitting there holding the choke when you push in with it. And then anti-armor rounds. I've actually never used these. However, they're good against armor targets like vehicles, equipment, body armor, and targets behind penetratable cover. So if you happen to be in a game where a lot of people are using deployable cover, you can put on the anti-armor rounds and use that to deal with it. However, just shoot them in the face, I guess. But yeah, trophy system and munitions box are definitely two of my favorites. I probably don't really need the munitions box considering I'm using an LMG. But that's pretty much it. So just to give you guys a look at some of my classes here, this is the STB. So when I was leveling this, I've got the Cinder M16 there for when I was leveling that, the 545 Kastov again when I was leveling it, the M13B, which I think I'm going to keep because I actually quite liked running this gun. This gun was actually a lot of fun to level. And then my 762 Kastov. Also, I do run optics on all my guns. I don't really like using iron sights in this game because I find the optics just to be really nice and really clean, especially the Cronin Mini Pro, which you can get by leveling up the Expedite shotgun to level 7, I think. It's a really, really nice red dot. And then all of these are pretty much just LMGs. So a lot of my loadouts are kind of scuffed. I actually just realized my RAL isn't level 29 yet. I need to go get that to level 29. So lads, there you have it. That is my favorite guns in COD. Also, the kill streaks that I use, by the way, UAV, deployable sentry gun, just because it's really fun. And then I use the Overwatch Helo. But also the Wheelson is really fun. The emergency airdrops can be kind of fun too. Advanced UAV is cool, but it's very high up on the kill streak list. Chopper gunner is fun too, but a lot of people just end up shooting them down really quickly. And then, of course, care packages are really fun because it's like a gamble and you never know what you're going to get out of it. So, lads, that's the video. That is my breakdown of all the stuff that I enjoy using and what I commonly use in Modern Warfare 2. So, lads, if you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And guys, I will catch you dudes on the next video. Peace out, my dudes.